It's a movie that I had written and directed and starred in, and it's so funny. Matter of fact, 3 minutes of this movie, funnier than the 3 hours of your Titanic movie you love so much.
Okay. Titanic is not about laughing.
Well then, I guess I beat that, don't I?
Yeah.
Oh my God, here we are in a new setting for a pod or two.
You still haven't got me a new microphone.
I have not given, no, I have not. So you have to keep that right up to your lips as if it's your best friend and you're telling them a secret. Or a dirty joke.
My best friend looked like that, then something is wrong with me.
Something would be wrong with you. I just realized this the other day as I was driving and reading some stuff. You know dinosaurs, right? The Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Yes.
Okay. And now, do you know the Stegosaurus?
No.
So the Stegosaurus was the fat one that had those big spikes on it. They look like spades, like from a card deck. See, it looks like this. Thank you. That's a Stegosaurus. And then the Tyrannosaurus. Now, do you know, this is going to blow your mind. Do you know that the time that the Stegosaurus lived to the time that the Tyrannosaurus Rex lived is longer than the time the Tyrannosaurus Rex lived and you attempting to put your leg over my shoulder? Do you realize that?
Wait.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, is it Discovery Channel?
No, this is Greg discovering for you. Yeah, see, get this. 85 million years ago, the Stegosaurus lived. Then it died out. 65 million years ago, the Tyrannosaurus Rex lived. So that 20 million years is a longer period of time than that Tyrannosaurus to us.
Guys, welcome to the Discovery
Isn't
Channel.
that crazy?
We're going to talk about dinosaurs. And,
you know what? I feel like Ross from Friends. You know, like the geeky.
And my leg on the shoulder. That's what we are talking
Yes,
about.
You stopped and she attempted to put her leg over my shoulder from a standing position.
By the way, subscribe to our Patreon to see our best and funniest videos. Don't forget that.
Don't forget that. That's the exclusive stuff.
Yes,
that's the exclusive. Yes, we can start. Here's a question for you. What is the best advice you were ever given in your life, like about your career?
I think I've talked about that before, but the best advice that I got is do not give up and keep knocking the doors. Like if you want to achieve something and if you want to get somewhere, like...
So that's in life or in career and everything?
Yeah, like modeling agencies, acting, movies, like just keep knocking the doors. Like if all the doors are closed, one will open for you.
Really?
Yes, don't give up.
Never give up.
Never give up.
You know, I always hear that also, and I get that. I remember for me, the best advice I got was from this guy, Jon Favreau. He's, you guys may know Jon Favreau. This guy's done everything. Okay, he's produced, he directed Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2, and he's an executive producer on all the Avengers movies, and he does the Mandalorian. I mean, he does everything. Anyway, I did improv comedy with him. He was so good. He goes to me, I remember I was making a movie, and he goes, and I kept saying to him, yeah, I have the script. I'm going to direct them. I'm going to make this, blah, 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 blah. And I'm waiting for the celebrity to be in the movie with me. He's like, what do you mean? He goes, I said, like, I know so-and-so. I'm going to ask him, you know. He's like, Greg, just make the movie. Don't worry about waiting for the perfect situation. Yeah. Just make the movie. And finally, I'm like, oh, okay. I said, yeah, it's easy for you to say. You had Vince Vaughn in your first movie, you know, Swingers and stuff. So yeah, but he goes, it doesn't matter. He goes, make the movie. Because, you know, so many people think that their first thing that they wrote or that they are going to direct is going to be the best thing that everyone's ever seen. And all. Just make the movie. And I made the movie.
You directed and made the movie, right?
Yes, I actually directed that movie. Now, mind you, it was called Joe Dick. It's not anything to do with, it's a PG-13 movie. Okay. Joe Dick, it's right here. Joe Dick, if you go to Joe Dick movie.
Are you going to put the link under?
Yeah, the link will be in there. Yeah, the link will be down below and you'll have the picture. Here's like a poster right here. It's a movie that I had written and directed and starred in. And it's so funny. Matter of fact, 3 minutes of this movie, funnier than the 3 hours of your Titanic movie you love so much.
Okay. Titanic is not about laughing.
Well then, I guess I beat that, don't I?
Yeah.
No, but seriously, but it's a fun movie and you should check it out. But yes, and maybe one day down the road, I will revisit that again with more directing and stuff. Now, the last time we were here, we talked about dating in LA and why it's different here than any other place. I think we both agree that dating in LA is very different than dating anywhere else in the world. What do you see with guys when you used to be out there dating apps and whatever it is? What did you used to encounter in LA that was different from other places?
You make me dive into very, very further memories.
Right into the fire. I'm putting it in there. Trial by fire.
No, it's like, why? I think the biggest difference is the bigger choice because there's more people. How many millions live in Los Angeles?
8 million.
Well, yeah, it's 8 million compared to some small, I don't know, country city.
Yeah.
Which has like 100,000 people, so that's the difference. So the bigger choice, bigger competition.
Oh, yes. There was a lot of there's a lot of competition.
That's the difference, pretty much.
Like I said before, like, you may be the best looking dude, the hottest girl in your town, city, whatever. But now you go to LA where you're in competition with everybody from all over the world. That's the best looking, the smartest, the funniest, whatever it is, and you're now in the pool with all of them. So it is different. This is one girl who gave a checklist of what she wanted in a relationship.
Okay, that's not bad.
Well,
I mean, if you have the checklist, I would not call it the checklist. I would call it the wish list. Okay, that's two different things.
That's such a nice term.
No, I feel once you create that list, then you will meet a person who
can provide those things for you.
Yes.
Okay, so
but you have to think about it. You cannot create just like a wish list and like put it on the side and do not think about it. But if you think about it and you imagine that person and you imagine how you're gonna be with that person, then he or she are gonna appear at the end of the day.
Is this by using the power of the secret?
Yes.
Manifestation?
Included. This is the power of the universe.
Wow. I read that book.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There's many books like that.
Really? To tell you to put it out there? I guess that kind of makes sense because I've seen girls say stuff like, I really wish I had a new car right now because this car is not going to make it or whatever. And then all of a sudden, somehow guys make that happen for the girls. So is that putting it out in the universe or is that subtly giving hints?
Just giving hints.
Giving hints are like, I would love to go to that new restaurant that just opened up. Oh man, that'd be so great. Or hey, I would love those new pair of shoes. Remember that jewelry there? Oh, I'd love to get that one day. And then the person with you, like, I think they want me to buy it for them, which they do without saying, hey, will you buy that for me?
Yeah, it depends.
You take it as putting out in the universe.
Yes.
Well, now, so then let's get back. So the people in LA dating. So are women still looking for the basic needs that they would look for in any place of like security, financial security? If we're going to have a kid, I want, this and that. I'm going to be able to provide for me, in a house. I mean, like shelter, protection. Is that still, LA still like in that sense, like any other place, the women look for the basic needs that they need from a man?
I think nowadays, women don't really need that. So it changed. Like the dating life and the life together with like man and the woman changed so much. And also life in LA is more complicated than other cities. So people have to like put their let's say finances together to be able to rent a place or something.
Right.
But I've seen a lot of videos where people are talking that, the relationship is 50-50. So basically you have to split everything. And I'm like, okay, if you split everything, then why do I need to be in a relationship if I split everything? I think man has to provide at least basic needs. If they get together, if they start to live together, like we are talking about the next state of the relationship, I think a man needs to provide at least those basic needs such as housing.
Okay.
Just basic. So a woman can use her money for her beauty salon, for example, right? Not for the house, not for food, but for like to work on herself. So she's shining more for a man. I
see. Well, there is something to be said about that. There's something called a delineation of roles, meaning like this is what I find to be the relationships that work best. The delineation of roles means like everyone knows their part. The guy's going to provide the house. Yeah. The woman's going to provide, I'm going to provide beauty so that you're happy when you come home. You're going to see a beautiful woman or whatever. Or again, she could be working. Like I'm saying, it could be anything. It is, like, I'm going to raise this kid, like you bring the money, I'll raise the kid. That's how it used to be for, eons, so I understand that as long as there's a clear defined roles instead of like, we're both 50-50 and then no one knows who. Okay, am I the provider this week and you're the provider? How do we know who's going to be this and that?
I don't think it's correct, but a lot of people are talking about it. and maybe because they have like issues, financial issues, so they try to say, "Oh, this is normal."
Right.
But I feel like, what do you think? I want to know perspective of a man.
Okay, well,
on that subject.
I happen to be a man. I'm a New Yorker. I'm Italian. I'm in this sense. We feel like a lot of Italians and guys, and maybe I'm just speaking out of turn here, but I feel that we think that there's like, we got to be the provider. We got to be able to take care of them, our woman financially, and put housing over the head, put money, on the table and all that kind of stuff. If they were to provide also with some of the stuff, I wouldn't even expect it. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it's even better if you have two people making, the same amount of money or whatever it is contributing. But for the most part, I think the guy pays for the first date on any girl he ever goes on a date with, and pretty much pays for every time. Maybe the girl offers, and maybe every once in a while she pays for something that's not as expensive. She's doing her part, but for the most part, that's not her role. I don't feel, from my perspective.
What do you expect from a woman to do in that case if you provide like main basic things?
Well, I find.
Do you expect her to be your, I don't know, to become like your slave, or like what do you expect? Or she has to like wait for you like a dog at the door, and oh darling, I'll do everything for you. Let me give you a massage. Like, does she needs to like run around you, or she still has to continue do her thing?
I'm thinking. No, I'm joking. No, of course not. Like, I get this option. I didn't realize I even get that option. No, I don't want that. I want companionship. I want to be able to, I think that the role of, in a relationship, it's about adding to each other's lives, making each other's lives happier, more positive, looking forward to seeing this person who's going to make my day better no matter what. So I think it's more of the companionship with the other person, and gelling and understanding and not stressing the other person out. Like, the last thing I'd want is, after I'm doing a bunch of stuff or they're doing a bunch of stuff, to come home and have to deal with a bunch of extra stuff, because you just got done dealing with your own stuff, So ideally, I want happiness. I want laughter. I want positivity. I want that. And so that's what I would expect in return.
So, like, basically share.
And a lot of sex.
Talking about sex.
Let me ask you, when you were on the dating apps back in the day, did anyone ever recognize you?
Maybe a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
It did happen. No, because I agree, talking about roles in family, I do agree with your position. And I don't agree with the position of like being 50-50, because I feel like that a man needs to provide at least the basic stuff.
I agree. Now, there's also a certain line, like, for example, getting back to what that one girl wrote a text after one date. Okay, let me summarize in my head what I remember, because it was one date. It went well, turned the cheek at the end instead of giving a kiss. Okay, whatever. And then I get this text in the morning that said, "Hey, had a great time. Love to see you again. I think we connect on a few points, but here's some other things I want to see if we connect on, to see if we would make a good match." And then the next text came in, and I know for a fact this had to have been a copy paste, because it was this long, and it was just like, I want to go to the best restaurants, but I also like just tea time, at the peninsula. I want to be able to go to Cabo, every year, because I really like it there. I want to have Botox, but I want to look pretty. I want to look the best for my man. I want, like, everything was there. Like, oh, Les Mis is coming in this fall. Let's go see that. Oh, and I love shopping, but don't all girls. I want to look the best for you. Meanwhile, so I took that as, okay, these are all things that are, I'd rather do that for them without them telling me to do it for them. Don't get me wrong. They also threw in there, we can go for hikes, we can go for walks. That's called like a shit sandwich, where you put you put like the nice thing. Oh, we can go for walks. In the middle, I want to go to Cabo and a 5-star resort and we'll have tea. Like, that's a shit sandwich. Like, oh, this tastes like shit.
There's a sentence in Russian. It says, "А чё так можно было?" It means
Gesundheit.
That's going to be translation.
Oh.
No, it's like, А что так можно было? It means like I'm asking from a perspective of a woman, like, oh, was I able to do that? So it's like, oh, is it possible to do that?
Here's what the funny thing is. I know women. I have a couple friends of mine who actually do that to guys. Mm-hmm. And they tell me it's just a way to whittle down to the people, the real people that they want.
Like if a guy really, really likes you, he's going to move forward, like even seeing this list, and he's going to try to discuss those things with you. If you are in a stage of serious relationship where you live together, then yes, you can give that list, like, hey, can we go to this restaurant, whatever.
Right.
But at the beginning of the stage, I don't think it's appropriate.
Yeah, and coming from like dating apps and stuff, like when you meet you meet somebody on there. If I meet a girl, there's always these like little flags, these red flags. One of them would be like if you meet somebody, I always say, okay, hey, let's go grab a drink. I used to go dinners, and then I got screwed over so many times in those. I just do like drinks now. So let's go for a drink, and I always would be the man. Okay, where do you live? It's because I want to find an area that close to that person. So if I say, if they're in Beverly Hills, I'm in Hollywood, I'll be like, oh, where are you? I'm in Beverly Hills. I said, okay, do you want to go to, Nick's or whatever, Now, if they say no, I'm like, oh, okay. But they don't offer anything else up, or they offer, something that's like 10 times more expensive for the first date. I had this one girl, I was going to go for a tea with her, a matcha tea. And then she's like, we were supposed to go to like some place, like some little coffee diner in Beverly Hills. And then I'm about to go there. She goes, oh, by the way, can you meet me at the Beverly Hills, the one in Pretty Woman? It was like the big fancy place, the Wilshire, the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. And can you meet me there? I'm like, oh, okay. I say, are you there now? Yeah, I'm here now. Can you just meet me here for the matcha? I'm like, okay. So I get there. She's not even there. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Why? She goes, oh, I'm not there yet. I'm on my way. I'm thinking, you just told me.
Yeah.
So right now I'm like, that's so weird. So now get this. So she gets there. This is a true story. She gets there. She goes, oh, how you doing? I'm like, oh, she goes, oh my God, yeah. Sorry, I'm late. I'm like, I thought you were supposed to be here. No, I was coming here. I wanted to be here. So I thought we could just meet here. I'm like, oh, okay. So I shake it off. And then they come over and I say, I'll have the matcha. I order the matcha, I have a little oat milk instead of regular. Okay, no problem. And she's like, yeah, I'll have the same he's having. Oh my God, it's so funny. Also, can I get the filet mignon with the sides of the asparagus and the potato? I'm like, oh. Okay. She goes, are you hungry? I'm like, no, I told you, I just came from lunch. I'm like, she's like, oh, okay. And she goes, oh, by the way, can I get 2 of those, but can I get 1 to go?
Oh my God.
Can I get 1 to go? God. And I'm like, and I'm going to pay it because I'm going to do it. But I'm thinking to myself, oh my God. So then I said to her, I'm like, well, we're going for tea, right? Because I know about it. I said, no, I'll take care of it. I said, but why did you come here? She goes, well, my ex-boyfriend comes here and I wanted to see him with us so we can get him nice and jealous. And by the way, if you have any idea how much this filet mignon costs over there, 2 of them with this for a little coffee, like afternoon thing.
Okay, tell me. How much was the total?
It was not even, no drinks, just 2 matchas and those 2 things. It was over $300.
Oh my God.
For an afternoon coffee.
Okay, was she beautiful at least?
They're all beautiful. That's my problem. I date
beautiful?
I told you, I date much better than I should be dating. But she did kind of take advantage of it. But by the way, I met her at a party where I was talking to this one girl and everything was going well. It was her assistant. She came over and she cock-blocked the assistant and she sent her off to get her drink so she could show the power. And she goes, what do you do with her? I'm more your speed than she is. And then I'm like, oh, okay. So then I wound up going with her. But yeah, she totally was. I should have seen the writing on the wall that she wasn't that good of a person by doing that to her own assistant.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Thank you. I should start a GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a great idea.
To collect $300.
To collect all the money you could take advantage of. That's why I don't do first dates for dinner anymore. I just do drinks or even matcha if it's afternoon. I would do that. Question for you. Can you love more than one person at the same time?
I would say that those times when I was in love, I got hurt. And it was always one person. I don't know if you can love 2 people at the same time, but it was so painful that I don't really want to talk about it.
Oh. So the one that broke your heart Was he a broke man? Is that why you're crying? That's why you're going to cry right now?
Every single man that I was broke.
Really? Well, at least you have a type.
Oh, yeah. At least I have a type.
So you need to start dating these multimillionaires. I have a friend who has on her phone, she has a list of a third of the billionaires of the world. Go ahead.
Can I say something about that?
Oh, I thought you wanted to meet her. No, yes, go ahead. Say that.
Do you understand that even multimillionaires could be broke? I don't mean broke by like no finances, and that included millionaires. They can be abusive, so this is also broke.
Broke on the inside, you mean, not financially, or you mean both? Or
yeah, it's like I think the word broke.
Broken? You mean broken?
It's not broken. It's like, how do you call, like, if we put all these characteristics that I just mentioned?
Yes.
What type of man is that? Like,
it's a broken man.
With some sort of issue.
Yes,
like it could be multiple issues, or it could be one issue.
Yes. Yeah.
So broken.
Yeah, they kind of say that's like a broken person. If they're like an alcoholic and all this, they may have money financially, but they're kind of broken inside. So yeah, you could use it as broken.
So yeah, I can't say that I have an amazing experience with men. So I'm the wrong person to ask questions about that.
About men?
Generally.
By the way, that not to be the therapist here, but I think that means that you're the one that
attracts this type. Yes.
That you want to be the fixer. You don't realize that you're the fixer.
Yes.
In the relationship, you want to help people. Well, welcome to my world.
Yes.
I've been doing that my whole life. Yes.
Okay, but you're a man.
You
can't allow that.
I am a man.
No, but what I'm saying is that to be a woman and attract this type of man is different than to be a man and attract this type of woman who you want to take care of.
Yeah, that's true. But sometimes, it gets to a point where, the woman is so beautiful and so smart and funny, but they could be so broken that it's like there's at times like I have to move on because this all isn't worth it because I'm not happy. At the end of the day, I need to be happy with this person. I want to not spend the time fixing them, helping them, but playing with them, having fun with them.
This is what are the healers, psychologists, counselors are for. It's not your role. It's not my role.
Not our roles. So everybody stop it. All you guys and girls, we're done. Yeah. We're putting our foot down. And by the way, that's a big foot. Look at it.
I want to put myself on the first place, in the relationship. That's it.
Yeah, well, because you've spent enough time helping. Yes, now you want to be. Yes.
I just want to be a woman, okay?
Me too. We go, girl.
Give me a high five.
Yeah. Just playing. Like as if I can miss her hand. Her hand is double my hand as I go do it.
I want a woman role in
the traditional woman role in a relationship.
Traditional, yeah.
Yes. I got you. Does age matter in a relationship?
I don't think so. Because I'm at at the age where, let's say, if a man is like, I'm 27, by the way.
Yeah. I remember the pandemic. Pandemic age.
If a man is like, let's say, 48, is still good.
It's still good.
It depends on how he's treating himself.
Yes.
Russian men at the age of 50, they are out.
I drink too much stolinacha.
Even if they don't drink and even if they do business or something, they still don't take care of themselves. Most of them. I don't say everyone,
right.
But most of them.
It's almost like they're just like, I've lived enough life by 50 to die a happy man. It seems like the Russian men, they're like, I'm going to, drink hard, do whatever I want, and then, when it's over, it's over. Whereas I don't want to be like that. What's that?
So does age matter for you? Could you date older women?
Yeah, I'm not an ageist. I've dated older women, younger women. Everything is fine for me. I don't have, but it seems that if I want to have children, then I probably can't date them that much older than me.
Probably like 45 is max or something.
Maybe, yeah. A friend of mine, she's, I think, 49 now, and she's going to have a kid.
Oh mine.
Yeah, she's gonna have a kid.
I think J-Lo also like had a kid.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh,
no, I'm joking.
She's pregnant again.
Again.
Oh my God, I'm so.
Don't
happy
tell Ben.
I am so happy that they reunited with Ben. Like,
yes.
I'm so happy about it.
I told her Gregifer is not going to work.
Yeah.
so she went back to Ben. Yeah. I tend to date, wherever it is, But nowadays in LA, it's different. It also depends on how you're going to meet these people. You know what I'm saying? If you meet them on the dating apps, they'll pretty much tell you. What I always see is have and don't want more. Meaning they have kids and don't want any more kids. And I'm thinking about it. But at my age, if I'm with somebody who's older, then I have to be aware that they're going to either want kids or not want kids. And if I can't be like, oh, maybe I want kids in like 5 years, they'll be like, in 5 years? No, I'll be too old for kids in 5 years. So there is a time clock that will tick if I'm with somebody who's older than with somebody who's younger. Because by the way, I think I just remember like a week or so ago, Robert De Niro just announced that he's having his 8th child. He's 79 years old. Oh my God. And he got his girlfriend or wife pregnant. They're going to have a kid. It's going to be his 8th kid. He's like the Nick Cannon of octogenarians almost. But yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Can you date somebody seriously that has the exact opposite political belief than you do?
I am very far from politics.
So am I. But,
I am very far. So
but do you think people can?
As long as they agree at the beginning of the relationship to not talk about it or do not bring it like home, this like subject.
You bring that home.
Yeah.
You keep your politics over there. I think so too. But I think it's also very hard because there was a talk show on one of those stations, MSNBC, CNN, I can't remember. And the husband and wife were exact opposite. One was a diehard Republican, one was a diehard Democrat. And somehow they talk politics on the show, but then they said that when they get home, they don't talk politics. But their job was they were analysts, political analysts for their party. So isn't that kind of crazy? But yeah.
Just don't bring it home.
Yeah, I find it's kind of like, people that bring up the politics. It's the same thing with religions. Like I keep that private, I don't try to make you do my political beliefs or religious beliefs or whatever it is, So yeah, I think you can get around it. But if you talk about it at home, no, it will never. Just think of holidays when you get everyone together on a holiday table, like family and relatives. And then you're always going to have the one relative that brings up politics, and then things go crazy for a while. So you can't have that happening, on a daily basis at your own house with somebody. Is it possible to be friends of the opposite sex? This is like without dating, just without dating, because we talked about it before, after dating.
It is possible.
So you can have no romantic feelings to somebody that you meet, never date of the opposite sex.
Or maybe there was a romantic interest at the beginning from either
side, yeah.
Each side, whatever. But then it disappeared with the time because you set up the friendship from the beginning.
Right.
Let's say you met a couple times, you understood friends.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend, his name is Alex, and he's like my brother.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like he's treating me like his sister, and I look like his sister.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then I hope he's not attracted to you.
No. He's not attracted to me. Because he saw his sister from the beginning, and I have those feelings.
Okay,
like,
that's
I can
good.
call him I'm calling to my brother.
Oh, I got you. Okay, that good.
So I believe in that.
Because wouldn't it be weird if somebody brought home someone who looked just like their sibling? Like if a girl had a brother and she brings home a guy who looks just like the brother, wouldn't the family be like, okay, interesting? You ever hear those stories about people that meet and then they start dating, and then people like, you guys should do a DNA test, and they found out that they're actually brother and sister separated at birth?
What?
Yes!
Oh my God.
That's crazy. Have you never heard of this?
No.
Oh.
But I've seen sometimes people that look alike.
Yeah.
And they start dating. Yeah.
Get a DNA test. Let's figure this out, guys. Figure out what's going on with that. Because, maybe you're related. No, but seriously, it's always crazy because there are those people that get reunited years later as brother and sister, or brother and brother, sisters. That's great.
Can you imagine how heartbroken they would be, like if they love each other and they, like you literally lose your partner?
Oh my God! I finally find the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Well, you still can, but not romantically. But then again, you never. I don't know. I mean, let's go back to the kings and queens times of the royal family when they were interbreeding, where it's like, oh, hey, your brother and sister, you guys have to keep the royal blood going. You know, I mean, you know, King Charles just got, you know, came to the throne like a week or two ago, whatever it was.
I think it was a great episode.
You think it was? I think it was too. I think it was too.
We
So
finished the episode with talking about brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters should not date once they find out that they're brother and sister. Yeah, I like that. It's a good way to end it. Okay, everybody, it sounds good. We will see you next week.
Yeah, we're going to be filming today also, right? For Patreon.
Yeah, yes, we're going to be filming. Don't forget the Patreon. Yes, we film Patreons after these things.
Outfit,
yes, she can't. It's too revealing, but it will be revealed on Patreon, as well as the custom videos asking what you want to see. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We had a good time. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.